Welcome back to Cooking Made Easy with Theta Foods. In this episode, I will be talking about different types of processed food. When I started this company, I didn't know much about processed food. After learning about processed foods, I discovered the three most common ways how food is typically preserved. There's one way is what they call it the pasteurization. And the second way of processing food is adding artificial preservatives or artificial flavors to retain it. And the last most exciting way to preserve food is simply acid, sugar, and salt. And this is my exciting part about preserving food. And this is the technique that I personally use. This is a traditional way that has been used over time, over the centuries. Going back to my first point about pasteurized food, basically pasteurized food is what it is they cook at a certain temperature, they put it in a jar, they seal it where there's no access anymore to oxygen that can create bacteria. And all the bacteria in the jar is basically dead because it was cooked at a certain temperature. And they seal it, and it has a shelf life on average 1 to 2 years. That's what is pasteurized food. Some of the examples of pasteurized food is like tomato pasta sauce. They cook it before and then they put it in the jar and it is self-vacuumed. One of my products is actually done with pasteurization, is the shakshuka sauce. It's a tomato sauce with some different Middle Eastern flavors. Now, the other second way of preserving food is using artificial chemicals or artificial preservatives to preserve the food. This type of process, the food is not pasteurized. These chemicals that they put in, or we can call them artificial preservatives, what they do is they retain the chemical component of the food at a certain level where bacteria doesn't grow. However, personally, I do not prefer that type of preservation for the food. I brought with me a bottle here that I would like to share with you. I just want to read certain things on the ingredient statement. It's going to be sound of funny. I want you to excuse my language about it. Okay, this is a bottle of a salad dressing, that the ones that you see for like $2.49 on the shelf. Okay, here's what they have as preservatives. Phosphoric acid, titanium dioxide. Titanium dioxide is a coloring to keep it white. Potassium sorbate, it doesn't let bacteria grow. Sodium benzoate, the sodium inosinate. Sorry, these words, I mean, if we do not understand them, how are we going to be able to consume that food? And disodium guanylate and calcium disod. Oh my gosh, I'm already getting sick from reading this bottle here. So anyway, this is the second way of preserving food with artificial flavors and artificial chemicals and so on. Now, the most ancient way of preserving food, as we all know it, is vinegar, salt, acid, sugar. And this approach is what I personally believe it has been the best approach. People has used it for centuries. And it has it's also its health advantages because it's basically the process of fermentation. And process of fermentation is good for our body. When we eat pickles and some other things, it's all good for the body. Now, the challenge in preserving food in this process is how to retain the flavor, have a balance where it's not going to be too salty, it's not going to be too sweet, or it's not going to be too vinegary or too acidic. And this is where Theta Foods' challenge was. However, with extensive research and myself being a foodie guy, I spent so much time on developing these recipes by really testing it and tasting it. And in reality, every product that I make sure that it's the flavor is balanced before we make it as a final product. And we test it for a long period of time. And all these products that I end up making successfully with this type of a balanced the type of ingredients in terms of the salt, the vinegar, and the sugar, they are sitting in my fridge. I enjoy them. I'm gonna read for you one of the my products, the Fattoush salad dressing, what it has in ingredients, and you can compare it to the ones that has artificial preservatives. In this one, it's simple. It's water, extra virgin olive oil, canola oil, which is non-GMO, and the expeller pressed. A lot of people don't know what the expeller pressed mean. It means basically they take the seed, they crush it, they extract the oil out of it without putting any chemicals to get to the oil. Many of the oils that are sold in the market, like soybean oil and other, they soak them in some chemicals to extract every last drop out of the oil. Pomegranate molasses, which is simply pomegranate juice and sugar, cider vinegar, garlic, lemon juice concentrate, sumac, mint, salt, and lastly, xanthan gum. Xanthan gum is extracted from corn. It's some gummy texture. What it does, it helps when you shake the bottle to keep the mix stable between the mix of the oil and the juice. This way you will have a consistent product mix ratio between the oil and the juice. So these were the ingredients on my Fattoush salad dressing, and that's what we technically call as a clean label. Clean label, it means anybody can read it and understand what is in what ingredients is in the product. All our products at Tita Foods have a clean label. I hope that you found this information helpful for your next shopping trip to the grocery store. Thank you for visiting our podcast. Please subscribe to it to avoid missing future episodes and leave us a review to help others find us. If you have any questions or topics that you would like to discuss, please email them to productinfo@titafoods.com.